The guy.
Hello everybody. Welcome to JB's RCs. JB here. Thanks for stopping by. Got a great running video for you today with the Redcat Ascent 18. Finally broke down and got myself one of the minis.
Bigger tires.
Still not my favorite, but I'm glad I got this. It just got me into it a little bit. And a lot of people seem to be into these smaller trucks now, so figured I'd give it a try. We're out at Gandy Beach, hanging out with Ian's RCs, as always. And just doing a little crawling on the water. Got a nice little background there for you. Check that out. Love that view. This truck is pretty fantastic. From what I've seen from smaller scale crawlers, it's actually pretty comparable to most, if not one of the better ones that you can get on the market right now. Of course, I did some upgrades for this video. It's got brass 1-inch beadlock wheels. It's got some DJ crawler tires on there. Nice soft rubber, super sticky. Some of the best mini crawler tires that I can find. Did some research on that, and these seem to be the ones to get. I have the Hot Racing metal links on there. I have Endura metal drive shafts on there. I have Endura shocks, oil-filled metal shocks on there with the brass bottoms on them. I have some brass extensions on the axles. I have brass portal covers on the front, and I have brass steering links on the front. I also moved the ESC to the back and put the battery up in the front and trimmed the fenders out just enough to fit those bigger tires on there. And we're running a 2S lipo. Got stock motor, stock ESC receiver transmitter, and stock servo still. So, pretty impressed. I think the next upgrade will probably be a new servo, which I'll have a new video coming out pretty quick with that, I'm sure, because all these little parts and pieces for these things are pretty cheap. I think that's one of the main attractions for people to these little 18th and 24 scales, is they're not crazy expensive like the 10th scale stuff. I know some of them are getting expensive, and you can definitely put plenty of money into them if you want to go nuts, but most of the parts are pretty cheap for them. So, pretty good modulation on this with the stock brushed motor. It's got plenty of power still, even with the extra weight that I added to it. Steering servo seems to work pretty well, even with that extra weight up front there.
Big difference, right?
I do love the shocks. They're much longer and have a lot more travel than the stock shocks that were on there. And basically I started upgrading because I dropped it about 6 feet over at Cotton's RC Village and Adventure, and about the third or fourth time it fell, I broke a link. So that's when I got the metal links. And then when that link broke, the drive shafts that were on there, the plastic originals, the CV joints for the drive shafts just snapped together. There was no screws or anything holding them in. So that's when I got the metal drive shafts. And then of course, once I got the metal links, I wanted the metal steering. And I found the brass, which was nice to add that weight to it. A friend of mine had the extra portal brass covers on there. It was a little bit narrow with those bigger tires, so that's why I got the brass extensions. Give it a little bit more width, give it a little more stance. Of course, once I got the brass steering, I wanted a brass servo horn as well, so I got one of those to put on there. And then I got wheels and tires, always just an upgrade for almost every single crawler I have. I like my metal bead locks, but I found some brass ones that were pretty nice, so I got those. They're probably the heaviest thing on the truck and made the biggest difference, having those brass wheels on there, the bead locks. and those DJ crawler tires are just super soft and sticky. They got quite a big, thick tread pattern on them, but with something so tiny like this, even with that big, thick lug tread pattern on there, it's still pretty narrow and sticky, so it grips quite well on the rocks, even though they look like they're more of a mud tire, which I'm sure they'll work good in the mud. I'm just not driving this in the mud very much. I know the ESC is wide open, waterproof or not. I'm not sure if the transmitter receiver is waterproof at all, so I'm not going to take that chance. But yeah, it performs quite well. Love this background too. It's such a nice day out. It's been really hot, but it's still so beautiful. Can't get over it. I hope everybody's having a good week so far. Happy Labor Day to everybody, and hope everybody's had a safe weekend. And thanks for stopping by. Go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, and smash that notification button if you haven't already. And we'll see you guys next time. Get out there, have some fun.